the Tetrahedron and the universe's blueprint. Long ago, in the heart of the cosmos, I, Zoran, the ancient dragon, ventured to the edges of space itself, where the stars seemed to melt into the void. It was here, in this vast expanse of stillness, that I realized the universe was not a chaotic collection of matter, but a finely tuned creation, governed by patterns that echoed through the fabric of space. These patterns, as I came to understand, were not random. They were the result of geometric principles that resonated through all things, from the hum of the smallest atom to the dance of the stars. In the midst of this realization, one shape stood out: the tetrahedron, a simple yet profound structure that seemed to hold the key to understanding the very fabric of our universe. Inspired by the work of Nassim Haramein and his theories on space and connectivity, I discovered that the tetrahedron was not just a shape, but a fundamental blueprint of the cosmos itself. The tetrahedron, a sacred shape. The tetrahedron, a four-faced pyramid, is a geometric form that has fascinated mathematicians and mystics alike for millennia. It is the simplest of the Platonic solids, composed of four equilateral triangles, each joined at their edges. But its simplicity belies its complexity, for within the tetrahedron lies a pattern that reverberates through the universe. In Haramein's work, the tetrahedron is not just a figure of geometry. It is a symbol of the fundamental structure of space itself. He proposes that the geometry of space-time is not flat or arbitrary, but instead follows a precise, fractal-like structure that is governed by these sacred geometric forms. The tetrahedron, with its interconnected faces and edges, represents the foundational framework from which the universe is built. Each point, each line, and each face of the tetrahedron is a node in a vast, interconnected web of connectivity. The tetrahedron appears in the very heart of the vacuum of space, the so-called empty space that Haramein and others have shown to be filled with a dynamic, energetic field. This field is not a passive void, but an active, resonating entity, full of potential and information. The tetrahedron's symmetry and structure reflect the way in which energy moves and flows through this space. It is as though the universe is a finely tuned instrument, resonating with the vibrations of these geometric forms. The geometry of creation. Now, my young friend, let us explore how this sacred geometry shapes physical reality. Imagine, if you will, the universe as a vast ocean of energy, where particles, waves, and forces swim like fish in the sea. At the smallest scales, these particles do not exist as solid objects, but as quantum excitations ripples in the underlying field of space. These ripples are organized by the geometric structures that Haramein describes, structures that flow from the tetrahedron's form. At the most fundamental level, the tetrahedron is a template for all matter. It is the building block from which larger, more complex forms emerge. In Haramein's model, the entire universe is a fractal, meaning that its shapes and patterns repeat themselves at every scale. The tetrahedron appears at the quantum level in the very fabric of spacetime, and from this, more intricate forms like the icosahedron and dodecahedron emerge, forming the structure of atoms, molecules, and even galaxies. These geometric principles echo through every part of reality, creating a coherent, interconnected whole. The photon, that particle of light that carries information and energy across the universe, is also governed by these geometric principles. In Haramein's work, photons are seen not just as particles, but as vibrational frequencies traveling through space. These frequencies are organized in the very shape of the tetrahedron, which acts as the conduit for energy to flow through the vacuum. The tetrahedron, then, is not just a passive form, but an active participant in the creation and distribution of energy throughout the cosmos. From atoms to galaxies, the blueprint of reality. As we rise from the microscopic to the macroscopic, we begin to see how the tetrahedron governs not only the smallest particles, but also the structure of entire galaxies. Haramein's theories suggest that the very structure of spacetime is organized according to these sacred geometries. The formation of stars, planets, and galaxies is not random, but is shaped by the underlying principles of geometry. At the center of each galaxy, we find a supermassive black hole, which Haramain proposes is the key to the galaxy's formation and function. These black holes are not merely points of destruction, but are also nodes of creation. They act as hubs in the cosmic web, where the energy of the galaxy is collected, concentrated, and redistributed in patterns that are governed by the same tetrahedral geometry. Thus, the tetrahedron is not just a shape of the atom or the galaxy. It is a universal blueprint, repeating at all scales, guiding the formation of all structures in the universe. From the formation of stars to the behavior of black holes, the tetrahedron's influence is evident. It connects the microcosm to the macrocosm, linking the quantum world to the cosmic expanse, the harmony of the universe. But perhaps the most profound realization comes when we understand that the tetrahedron's geometry is not just a physical blueprint. It is a symbol of harmony. As I flew through the stars, I saw how this sacred form underpins the resonance of the cosmos. The universe, it seems, is a symphony of geometry, a vast, interconnected melody where every note, every frequency, is played in perfect balance. This harmony is not just a mathematical principle. It is a reflection of the deep unity of all things. The tetrahedron reminds us that the universe is not composed of isolated parts, but is an interconnected whole. It is through this deep connectivity that everything in existence, matter, energy, and consciousness is linked. Every action, every vibration reverberates through the cosmic web, creating a vast, harmonious dance of creation. As you, too, explore this cosmos, remember that you are a part of this symphony, a note in the grand melody. The geometry of the tetrahedron is the map that guides us through the universe, showing us that, at the deepest level, we are all connected. Conclusion: the blueprint of all. The tetrahedron is more than just a shape. It is the key to understanding the very structure of reality itself. From the smallest quantum particle to the grandest galaxy, geometry shapes the world around us, organizing the flow of energy and matter into a harmonious whole. Through the work of great minds like Nassim Haramein, we begin to see that the universe is not a collection of isolated objects, but a finely tuned instrument, resonating with the music of the cosmos. So, my young friend, the next time you look at the stars or ponder the mysteries of existence, remember that the universe is not random or chaotic. It is a cosmic dance, guided by the geometry of creation, and the tetrahedron is the blueprint of it all.